Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I've missed you all so much. Today we are gonna do probably my most requested video ever. So many of you have asked in DMs, comments, in person about my makeup routine, products I use, how I do my makeup, how I do my eyeshadow. So here it is, we're finally doing it. Let's get started. Okay, let's get started. So I already did my brows. I never do them on camera because they're kind of annoying. Sometimes they can take a long time. If you want to see a full brow video, then I could do that like on my TikTok or my new Instagram. It wouldn't be enough for like a full video. It doesn't take that long. My go-to product is MAC. It's in the color Lingering, and it's just has the spoolie on one side, and then it's like the crayon pencil. I'll just give you like a quick little like basic thing. So basically how you do your brows, how you find like the shape it's supposed to be. It's supposed to end here, end there, this corner, and then the highest part is there. So here, highest, outer. And then you just fill in to make that shape. So if you guys want to see a full video, let me know. The first eye product I use is by MAC. Again, it's a Pro Longwear Paint Pot in the color Painterly. So this is like your primer for your eyelid. So brushes are really important for makeup too, but if you're just starting out in makeup and you kind of have to like pick and choose where you start, you know what I mean? You can't just run out and buy everything. But good brushes do last a long time. They are worth the investment. The brush I use for the paint pot is MAC 252. Not me having like dried blood on my face from dry needling. I just came from the chiropractor. I have blood on my face. So you put it on with the brush. It is like a clay like texture. You put it on your eyelid and then you want to go right up to your eyebrow. So you kind of want to trace it, which it actually makes your eyebrows stand out more. Make sure you cover the whole lid. Once I do that with the brush, I go in with my finger just because it is like thick. So just kind of like it softens it, it blends it. And then the next one. The primer is going to make your eyeshadow last longer, and it's going to help prevent a crease. I used to have creasing a lot back in the day, like when I was way younger and I didn't use the primer. So it really does help. So then you need to set it. You need to set it with a color that's close to your skin tone, kind of the same color as the primer that you used. What I'm using now is from a contour kit, but it's a light color, that's why I'm using it. So it's Anastasia's contour kit. I'm almost out of this. So basically the only contour color I use is this middle one. So I was like, what can I do with the rest of these? And then this color was perfect for this step. So I'm almost out of it. And this is setting it. So then it's no longer sticky. So you're preparing it for your regular eyeshadow. Since I'm almost out of that, I do have like a color lined up for this. So this again is MAC. The color is Orb Satin, and it's, you know, just like a beige color. Just like try to match your skin tone. You don't want it too light. When I was in high school, like a white shimmery shade was in, that's not in anymore. You want it to kind of match your skin. Next, I think this is why this video has been so requested, regular eyeshadow. So right now, this is what I'm using. The Coffee Shop palette. I got it at Outta. It's very affordable. So usually I use Anastasia and I really love it, but I use like 2 colors out of a whole palette, and then I've purchased it like 3 or 4 times and it's just wasting it. So this, I'm also not using all the colors, but this is a lot more affordable and I like a lot of these colors. The brush I use for this step is MAC 217, and then I think we're gonna do I'm gonna do that color. It doesn't look great when you're putting it on, but just trust me, it's a process. I dropped the mirror and I scared Hollywood, so now she's scared to come in the bathroom. She's like, well, let me know when your tutorial's over. Get a lot of shadow on the brush, and then you just wanna like pack it on. We're not blending yet. We're just putting it on the skin like this. Everyone's gonna do this step a little different. I have hooded eyes. So I bring my shadow up really high and it makes my eyes look bigger. So you know what, that just reminds me, I probably should have taken a before picture for my thumbnail, but whatever, we forgot that part. Okay, so if you look at this eye, like My eyes actually aren't big. I mean, they're not. I think they're little. But once my makeup is finished, it looks like my eyes are out of control. So this is why. This is how most people would put the eyeshadow on their eye. They would just keep it on the actual lid. They wouldn't bring it up. I'm just like putting a little bit to show you guys. It's not blended or anything, but if I just put it on my lid, once I open my eye, you can't really see it. So most people, that will be enough. You only need to put it on your eyelid. But if you have hooded eyes like me, this is a trick to make your eyes look bigger and just like open more. So you're bringing it up. By the way, I don't know if you guys remember when I went to Lake Havasu and I had a scratch above my eye. It is scarring. It's still there. Right there. Thank you, Hollywood. Honestly, I'm not even mad at it because you know what? If it scars, like I have other scars from her, if it scars, it's just like something I'll have forever from her. So I like being on my face is not ideal, but okay. That's how high we bring it up. Do you see the difference? It's not blended, like stay with me, it gets better. But if I just put it on my lid, like most people do, it's like wet eyeshadow. Like, and this is out a little extra, so you wouldn't even see that much. This is what I do. I always do my eyeshadow first because if you have fallout, it would just ruin your foundation. So I always do eyes first. I know a lot of people don't. But if you get shadow that doesn't blend well, this would be difficult. So the blending brush that I use is by Chanel and it just says eyeshadow on it. This is like a little thing that covers it. So for blending, you're gonna do tiny little circles. So you're blending the edge so it's not a harsh line. I've not done my makeup in weeks. So sometimes you have to go back in and add a little more. If it like takes too much off, it's usually in that corner. Okay, so once it's blended, I just like to make sure it's even. Just tap on a little color on any spots that you need to fill in. Next, we go in with a light shade. This is called Rice Paper, and you go between the eyeshadow and your eyebrow. And while you're adding it, you're kind of blending a little more too. So the brush I use for this is MAC 224. MAC brushes are pretty expensive, but Morphe has affordable brushes. It's like a dome brush. It's soft. You kind of blend it and then you add that little lighter color. And that's the thing, like makeup is just practice because it's kind of like art. Like you're painting your face. You know, like you have a brush, you have colors. You just have to practice. Honestly, I don't even get my makeup done professionally, like rarely ever anymore, because I know what looks good on my eye shape and what I like. So I feel like it just never looks right. I'm never happy with it. Someone else might be like, oh, your makeup looks so good. But I just know like, it's just not quite right. Now we have to clean up like the fallout shadow. So you just take a tissue and you wipe. So there's like quite a bit. So now we're gonna go to face and then we'll come back to eyes. My face is looking crazy today. This probably wasn't the best day to do this. Like I said, I just did dry needling and so my face is kind of like blotchy. Just looking crazy. So the first thing we're gonna do, this is color correcting. It's Naked Skin by Urban Decay. And this is the pink color. So there's like maybe like 4 colors. And then depending on what you're correcting, there's different colors for each. So pink is like for like dark spots. So we just put a little bit under there. For this, I use my finger. You just tap it. If I was doing like full makeup and like gotta have it on for a while, sometimes I use a primer. I'm not, I actually don't even need my makeup done today. The primer I like is Tatcha Silk Canvas. But there's a more affordable option, e.l.f. It's not sticky. Oh, Power Grip. e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. That one's actually really good. But I just have this and there's a lot in it. So for concealer, I'm currently using the Tarte Ultra Creamy Shape Tape. I don't like this one. The regular one I like better. But, you know, we're just using it. So I make little dots down here. I don't go too high. I think that's just like depending on your age. If you're younger, I feel like you can go higher. Let's cover up all these needle spots and craziness happening on my face. This was not a good day to make this video, honestly. Next, we have a wet beauty blender, and then you're just gonna bounce the product into your face. My camera turned off. It's like, there is no way you're still recording. So usually, like if I was like I said, if I was like doing like full makeup, I would do foundation after this, but I am not wearing foundation. So if I do light makeup, I just do a powder. As I'm doing this, I'm like, is this video ever gonna make it to YouTube? Is this video gonna make it out of DaVinci? The powder I use is MAC Studio Fix. My color is NW18. I recommend, if you haven't used the product before, to go to the store, get color matched, and don't just take their word for it, because I've been given the wrong color by people. Like, look, make sure it matches, make sure it looks right, like it doesn't look like a totally different color. And if you tan in the summer, which, you know, I stay out of the sun, so I'm just like a ghost all year. But if you tan in the summer, then you need multiple colors. Always put it on your neck. Do you guys like my UNLV shirt? I pulled some shirts down from the shelf in my closet. I'm like, let's put these back in rotation. Oh, I didn't mention the brush that I use is It Cosmetics. They have this at Ulta. It doesn't have a number. But I like press it in, and then, yeah, I press it in instead of like that. Next is a new product. If you guys watched my beauty TikTok, you would have seen when I bought this, Pat McGrath Labs. So this is the color Light Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Blurring Under Eye Powder. So I got this because I was using Laura Mercier setting powder. They told me that makes lines under your eyes worse. So I switched to this, and I'm using Morphe M504 for this. You just put a little product on and then just tap it. So this is setting your under eyes the way we set the primer on our eyelids. So Hollywood cannot stand if I close the door. So she just went in there. She has a bed in my closet now, and she's like, let me in, girl. The blush we're using today is also MAC. It's in the color Margin Frost. It's not the color I thought we were using. It's almost out. Blush is gonna be a circular motion because you're kind of blending it, but then we'll also blend it with a different brush. Once the blush is on, you go back in with a kabuki brush. You can use any brand. This is It Cosmetics. You go right over it light, but you're just blending it. Next is one of my favorites, so we're gonna do a highlighter. This is Tarte Pro Glow and Blush palette, but again, I'm only using one color in it. So this is the palette, and I feel like the blush would be like good like summer shades or whatever, but I just use that top highlight color because it's so good. And that just goes on the top of your cheekbone. You could also put it down the middle of your nose if you want. You could put it, go near your Cupid's bow, which actually makes your lips look bigger if you do it there. So let's wipe it off a little, because I do not need my lips to look any bigger. You could put it over here. So basically you highlight anything you want to bring out, and then with contour, like the dark colors, you put on anything you want to go in, like kind of hide. So we'll go back to the contour palette, this time for contour. I'm using a Sephora Pro Contour brush, number 79. Jawline. And then you could do like under your cheekbones. You could do around here if you have like a bigger forehead, and then nose. But I usually use this part for the bottom of my nose. Just like on the bottom. For nose contour though, you need something a little more precise. I'm using the Sephora Pro Shadow Brush number 14. Same color. Contouring your nose depends on the shape that it already is. I don't know about any other shapes except mine. One guess, what are we gonna do, guys? Blend. That's really the main part of making makeup look good, blending. Okay, so for this one, another It Cosmetics. I like their blending brushes. Then you go in circular motions. Usually if you're gonna contour like underneath your cheeks, like in here, you would blend that out. But like down here, I don't blend it because I like bring it down with the brush. But I have another big brush for blending, but I never put it there. And this is like pretty rushed. Pretty rushed. You guys are like, girl, we're 20 minutes in. What I'll also do is like once I do that, I'll go back and just very lightly run it down the side of my nose. Or if I just don't feel like actually contouring it, I'll just do that like a little something. And if you ever have too much of the contour color, you can go in with the powder brush because it's light and kind of fix it. So when I'm like finished with my makeup or doing steps, I have these lights on my mirror. It's like stuck to my mirror and they're like makeup lights, so good. Probably like a brighter setting than like what I have the ring light on. Is just, this would give me migraine if I'm doing my makeup and it's like super bright. So those lights though show me like what I need to fix, what's going on. It's just like, you know, because you do your makeup in a bathroom, maybe the light is not great, you go outside, you're like, what did I do? I'll put that on my Amazon store front link. Okay, now we're gonna finish the eyes. So I go back in with the same color. The brush is MAC 218S. It's like a tiny dome brush. It's kind of like hard, like more coarse. And then instead of eyeliner, I use shadow. Again, I do this because my eyes are small. If I have eyeliner on my eyes, oh my gosh, my eyes would look so tiny, like ridiculous. And you can do it with any color. So if I was wearing green eyeshadow, I would have green on the bottom. But when I do kind of like a pinky light makeup look, I'll do the pinky color on top and then a light brown on the bottom. But usually I do the same color on top and bottom. And this isn't perfect. Depending on what I'm doing, obviously like I would take more time. I'm not doing lashes today. So the mascara I use is Chanel. It's black waterproof. I tried a non-waterproof mascara recently and I guess I haven't tried it in like so many years. Don't. If you ever cry, no, you need waterproof mascara. Like if your eyes water, anything, like when I tell you like it was crazy. I actually liked the mascara. I tried it on my TikTok. No, I had to return it. They don't make a waterproof one. I'm like, that's actually crazy. So curl your eyelashes. This is also from MAC. Then put your mascara on. On days that I'm recording, or if I'm like, you know, going to a nice dinner or like a date or whatever, then I'll do lashes. I did a whole video on TikTok and my beauty Instagram about how to put mascara on and not get it on your face, which sometimes it happens. Sometimes you just cannot avoid it. But I show examples of like the mascara wands and how like the straight wand is a lot easier than the curved crazy ones. Okay guys, that's all we're doing today. So basically, it's an easy makeup look. If I was going out, I would make the eye a little darker. I would add lashes. I would wear actual foundation. Maybe a little more like contour for my nose. Add lip gloss. So it's just like different levels. Basically the same steps, but you can change the colors. So yeah, this is it. Sorry it took so long to make this video for you guys. It's literally my most requested video. I apologize it took so long. If there's anything that you have questions about, comment below. If you want to see something broken down maybe in more detail, I can do that. I also have my beauty TikTok and Instagram where I have kind of like get ready with me videos, but then I cover a few specific things, so you can also check those out. Thanks for hanging out, and I will see you guys soon. Bye guys.